An utterly weird and bizarre story was in the New York Times today, even for this administration. Trump has been on this crusade against Harvard. I don't know exactly why. People are theorizing that Barron, his son, applied and was rejected. But I think it's even more base than that for him. Trump was never accepted into polite society in Manhattan before he got into politics. He was always viewed as a gauche, low-rent hustler, tabloid figure kind of thing by, the fancy people in Manhattan, people who had real money. And what better emblem or metaphor or representation of those kinds of people than Harvard? But the Justice Department had opened an investigation into the student-run Harvard Law Review, which is independent from Harvard University. And because, this started last month. The Justice Department, their two top civil rights attorneys in the Justice Department approached Harvard last month with startling claims, and the accusation was anti-white male bias, discrimination against white men at the Harvard Law Review. I'm not kidding. The Justice Department is investigating whether or not the Harvard Law Review, which is run by students and is independent of Harvard University, whether they engaged in discrimination against white men. And so the Justice Department starts firing off these letters and really overstated the case. Like, they accused the university of destroying evidence when there was actually a guy who had violated all kinds of Harvard's privacy policies and possibly privacy laws, and gained all this private information from other students. And Harvard was like, you're really not allowed to have that. We need you to destroy that. And he did. And now that's in the DOJ's version of things, that's destroying evidence. Even though it was their own whistleblower who destroyed that evidence. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And so it was disclosed by the DOJ that they had a cooperating witness. They had a mole inside the Harvard Law Review. Gosh, I wonder if it was a white man. Let's see. His name was Daniel. Check. Oh man. But so it's like this guy Daniel Wasserman, who they're calling him a whistleblower. He was an editor of the Law Review. He just graduated recently. And so, because what does any young grad coming out of Harvard Law School want? They want one of those big paying jobs at one of those big fancy firms where like right out of the gate, they're paying you $500 or $600 a year, and, get you on a partnership track, young Daniel did find a job. Let's see here. Here we go. He's now working for Stephen Miller inside the White House. I wonder if he got a crack at Stephen's wife. Elon Musk, why not make that thruple a quadruple? Daniel, this is my wife. Take my wife, please. Anyway, it's just, as with everything that this White House does, the whole thing is dumb and stupid and will probably have absolutely horrific, unforeseen consequences as, The fucking Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice is investigating a student newspaper to see whether or not they engaged in discrimination against white men. White supremacy and white male-dominated patriarchy. They're trying to turbocharge those things. Fortunately, they're all basically a bunch of white guys who are fucking dumb and incompetent.